Hello and welcome to this latest Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one I have chosen Spy Hunter, the old arcade game which came out in 1983. That's quite some time ago. And this isn't me playing, by the way, this is the demo of the game. So the game came out in the actual Commodore 64 version anyway. The game came out in 1984 by US Gold. It's not a bad conversion. The arcade game is pretty difficult actually. I always found Spy Hunter rather tricky going. On the Commodore 64 it's a lot easier. Although that said, it's still anything but an easy game. Let's see how we go. In fact, I'm just going to reset it because I want the option of choosing joystick or keys. And I'm hoping it will give it. Yeah, here we go. Right, joystick, and I'm absolutely a novice. So, right. Let's see how we do. So the idea is to basically drive along and destroy cars that are being driven by your enemies, either by shooting them or ramming them off the road, or once you pick them up using extra weapons which include an oil slick, a smoke screen or missiles. The missile you only need to use against the mad bomber, who is someone who flies a helicopter. That truck that I've just passed there is going to give me an extra weapon if I don't get destroyed by that cunt first. That car that just took me off has some sort of like Boadicea type wheels, and knives stick out of them, and he takes your car off. This car I'm ramming is bulletproof, so the only way you can destroy him is by ramming him off the road. So I'm now still stuck with my machine gun, although I mean it's perfectly possible to get pretty far in this game with just the machine gun. You really don't need the extra weapons. Well, having said that, the missile is very useful if you ever come up against a mad bomber, otherwise you've got no chance against him. So now I have the oil slick, which gets... So I don't know how it gets left, because none of the keys seem to actually do anything as far as getting the oil slick dropped. So I can't actually remember how to use it, which is a bit crap, especially as I could use it against those bastards who I've just overtaken. Alright, so the bridge is out here, so we need to stick to the left. We take the narrow road here and change it to a boat. In the arcade version you'd have to be going a fair while before you change into the boat. Despite what I did just there, I actually find this section where you're travelling in the boat easier than when you're travelling in the car. The trouble is that these enemy boats here drop little like barrels, and they are pretty bloody difficult to spot. There's one just there which I just missed. But unlike on the road, every boat you encounter is an enemy, so you have to, well, you don't have to destroy them, but you want to dispatch them. Now I can change back to my car, and it looks like I've been given the missile. Yep, so that will come in handy against the mad bomber if I should encounter him. I hope I don't come up against him too soon though. Now I can get another extra weapon. That's the smoke screen. Here we go. So, I mean, that is basically the game. So, what do I think? The controls are a bit sluggish, to put it mildly. So, the car's not the easiest thing to control. Unlike the arcade game, you spend a lot of time driving around with absolutely nothing on the road. And I mean, the cars themselves don't really look much like cars at all. I think the ones with the like Bodicea blades that come out of the wheels, I think they look like bloody phone boxes. I still can't get rid of this cunt, and I've got an extra weapon coming up, so here we go. Right, so I now have every weapon, except I don't seem to be able to use any of them except my machine gun still. There's one of those don't like shooting me young blokes. Okay, I do like ramming motorcycles off the road though, because I fucking hate motorcycles thanks to all the cunts who live around my way. But yeah, you can see I'm really not having to do very much. Here comes the mad bomber. Let's see if I can dispatch him. In the arcade original, there you go, so the missile got rid of him. In the arcade original, that is extremely difficult. On this, it's quite simple. Got rid of him again. And again. I think though, yeah, I've now run out of missiles. So now I'm stuck with dealing with this bastard and having to avoid the bombs he lays. Until either he buggers off like he has, or I get the weapons truck. Well, this is a weapons truck, but I've already got this weapon. I've now been given an extra life, so I've got 3 lives. When you initially start, you get a countdown. You have infinite lives during that time, but once that countdown ends, you're then down to, well, either 1 or 2 lives, depending on how well you did during the timer period. So all my extra weapons are now gone. I'm back to just the trusty old machine gun, and the mad bomber's back again. That bridge is out again. Let's hope I can. I can't just drive along the left though, because otherwise he will leave a bomb there. And now I've got to try and get through. Yeah, there we go. Right, I don't quite know how or why I crashed there, but I did. There we go. And deal with him as well. He's back again! This bastard don't give up! Ah, oh, shit, you fucking arsehole. I don't know if that means the bridge out bit will come along now or not. Oh well, there's no mad bomber at the moment anyway, so let's see, yes, here it is. Here we go. But now I have even harder time because I've got to now try and do this while also avoiding the barrels and what have you that these fuckers are going to drop, and I failed. I hit a barrel which I didn't even see, and that's game over. So yeah, so you go. It's a reasonable enough conversion of a semi-okay arcade game, a bit like Ghosts and Goblins really, except in the case of this, the conversion isn't as good as the semi-okay arcade game. I did play this for a while, but I do remember that after I got this, about I think it was either a week or 2 weeks afterwards, I then got Impossible Mission. And then that meant this got consigned to the history books very quickly. Yeah, it's got its flaws. The car is very sluggish. It doesn't move around very well. If you play using keyboard, it's even worse. And I guess it doesn't help that I haven't figured out how to use the extra weapons apart from the missile, which gets used automatically once the mad bomber comes along. And that is Spy Hunter. So I would rate this. Well, I think it is distinctly average, so I give it the distinctly average score. I'll give it 5 out of 10. It's not very remarkable, but it's not the worst game I've ever played. So yeah, 5 out of 10 for that one. As always, see you at the next one.